Good morning. My name is Dr. Joseph Kurtz, and I'm the Vice President of Academic Affairs and the Chief Academic Officer at Emmanuel College. I am honored to announce the 100th Commencement exercises of Emmanuel College are now open. Please remain standing or join us in the audience while Hannah Fuller sings the national anthem. I ask that you then please remain standing while Father Terrence Deveneaux, Vice President of Mission and Ministry, delivers the invocation.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And let us pray. Gracious and loving God, we ask now for your almighty hand to be upon the graduates as they and their families celebrate this great milestone. May they find comfort from the Emmanuel community's continued embrace of them and their support as they journey through life. May they find strength in the excellence of their academic preparation and the long line of those formed in the Emmanuel education tradition. For with it today, these young men and women, they join companions of local, national, and global alumni who are their kindred companions. Bless their lives from this day on with goodness and with success. Enable them to stay true to their dreams, to discern what is right, what is good, and what is just, and to use their gifts wisely in the service of others. Empower them to walk into the future with faith, with hope, and great love, guided by your light, so that they may use their talents to, in the words of St. Julie Biart, to recognize always, oh, how good the good God is. And so grace be to them, grace be to all of us, and may God bless us. Amen.
Please be seated. President Sister Janet Eisner, members of the Board of Trustees, distinguished guests, members of the administration, faculty, and staff, alumni, relatives, and friends of the graduates, and most especially the members of the class of 2022, I welcome you to Emmanuel College's 100th Commencement exercises. In welcoming all of you, I want to acknowledge in a special way the hard work, sacrifice, encouragement, and support of family and friends who have helped to bring each graduate to the fulfillment and achievement we celebrate here today. With the degrees conferred today, the total number of degrees awarded by Emmanuel College since 1923 is more than 25,000. I am now pleased to introduce our student speakers. Laurie Rotondo and Madeleine Johnson, members of the class of 2022, will speak on behalf of today's graduates.
Wow. Good morning, Sister Janet Eisner, members of the Board of Trustees, distinguished faculty, invited guests, and graduates of the class of 2022. It seems surreal that I was standing before my graduating nursing class just 20 plus years ago. If you asked me 5 years ago if I would have ever become a school nurse, I probably would have laughed. I also never saw myself going back to school for an advanced degree. That's the wonderful thing about life experience. It brings you on an incredible journey, sometimes incredibly difficult, sometimes incredibly wonderful. When I was in high school, my parents both speculated that I would go on into teaching. My mom, an esteemed educator in the town I grew up in, and my father, a man who found satisfaction in rising for the top, both thought that I would follow my mom's footsteps. I, on the other hand, had aspirations to do something different. I wanted to become a nurse. I loved math and science, and I loved being around people and making them happy. And who knows, maybe I wanted to be a nurse because I didn't want my parents to be right. In any event, I went on to practice as a critical care nurse at one of the major Boston hospitals. I did this for many years and I loved it. I then wanted more from my career and I moved on to nursing management. I learned quickly that I was pulling away from my true love of nursing and yearned for something that I found more fulfilling and less deflating. I wanted a schedule that would complement my young family, and someone had mentioned school nursing, and again I thought, nah. I was encouraged to try substitute school nursing to see if I liked that. So I did, and I loved it. I loved everything about it. I loved being around kids who needed me. I loved being able to help these children navigate medical issues, personal issues, academics, and push them to be the very best that they could be. And it was a very welcome change of pace. I could be home with my family during normal hours. So I became a school nurse in the fall of 2019 at the very same high school I graduated from. And guess what? I went back to school to get that advanced degree. School nurses in Massachusetts have to obtain their master's degree within 5 years of higher or obtain a national certification. I opted for higher education. I went back to school, and I remember thinking, am I crazy? I continued working per diem in the hospital. I worked full-time as a school nurse, and I started here at Emmanuel in January of 2020. Yep, I was crazy. But the wonderful thing about being a student at Emmanuel is the constant support and understanding the faculty give you every step of the way. Professors, such as Dr. Sheila Silva, she was the one I called when my 15-year-old nephew tragically passed away last summer, and I thought I had to drop my coursework. She assured me that Emmanuel would support me through this trying time. In offering extensions, Emmanuel allowed me to maintain my progression in coursework and graduate as planned. The faculty at Emmanuel have high standards for their students and themselves. I will be a better nurse educator because of all I learned at Emmanuel College. I have built strong relationships with classmates and professors because they cared enough to take interest in my journey. I am a more fulfilled woman because I sought after my true passion in nursing. I knew what I wanted, and I went for it. To all graduates on this day, Take time to enjoy and appreciate all your accomplishments. You have worked so hard to get here. And if the next phase of your journey is difficult, keep pushing. If the phase is wonderful, enjoy it. Graduate school was not easy, but the friends I have met along the way have provided constant support, and I admire each of them immensely and without measure. To my family, I appreciate the sacrifices you have made or have allowed me to make to complete this difficult journey. I love you all so much. In closing, I will leave you with a quote from Florence Nightingale. Let us never consider ourselves finished nurses. We must be learning all of our lives. Find your passion and happiness, hold on to it, believe in it, dream in it, work for it, and never let go. Everything comes full circle. My parents were actually right. I've become a nurse educator. Thank you.
Good morning, Sister Janet, members of the boards of trustees, esteemed faculty, staff, family, friends, and of course, the wonderful Emmanuel College class of 2022. I am honored, grateful, and slightly terrified to be addressing you during such a momentous occasion in our lives. Today is a day that so many of us prayed for during late-night study sessions, and one that we wish to push off as we shared the most memorable of experiences with our friends within the heart of Boston. How wonderful it is that we get to gather together today and celebrate everything that we have achieved the last 4 years. It is truly thrilling. While this momentous occasion is filled with celebration, it can also be accompanied by mixed emotions. I know for me, I'm not afraid to admit how I'm feeling. I am very excited about the next chapter, but I am also scared. I'm scared of the unknown as I step out into the real world. It is the unspoken burden of celebrating a graduation as the fear of the unknown stands off in the distance. If you are like me and you share in this feeling, I hope that I can ease your worries. We have been through this uncertainty before, and we have found our way through it. As the 100th graduating class from Emmanuel, our class is nothing short of historic. I think we can all agree that our time here was certainly unconventional and most definitely uncertain. A global pandemic was not on my college bingo card when I was preparing to come to Emmanuel 4 years ago. As we left for spring break during our sophomore year in March 2020, we suddenly found ourselves doing a portion of our undergraduate degrees as we were spread all throughout the world. Then, many of us returned to Boston last spring to get ready to embark on the most uncertain year of undergrad, senior year. As a class, we have faced our fair share of adversities over the past few years. However, within this uncertainty, resilience also came. We have made it through hard days when we were not sure what the next day would bring. Throughout all of this, we have put in the work and made it here to a joyous celebration today, feeling relieved, sad, wholeheartedly proud of ourselves, and probably more than a little bit broke. This large portion of our Emmanuel experience proved that wherever in the world we go from here, we are ready to face it with courage. We have continued to find a way to have experiences together as a class, even during times when we were far apart in distance. It takes a special community to be able to successfully persevere and achieve so much during such hard times. But we, the class of 2022, did it. We were able to take this challenge and make the most of it. From this experience, take your resilience and go out and face your fears head on. I know for me, my time at Emmanuel has taught me to take risks and to do things that scare me, because even in the face of fear, there is wisdom. As you go along your own road in life, I know you will discover this lesson too. When we do things that scare us in order to accomplish the things we care about, it is evident that you seek to truly make a difference where your efforts matter. There is no doubt that if you aim high enough, you will be confronted by those who say that your efforts to change the world do not mean much in the grand scheme of things. But they are wrong. Have courage still and persevere. As Nelson Mandela once said, I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. With everything in mind, I offer you all 3 pieces of advice as we move forward. Be courageous, stay curious, and most importantly, be kind. And know that your journey here at Emmanuel has prepared you for any triumphs and tribulations that you will meet in life. I have faith that with courage, each one of us will face our fears head on and achieve nothing short of greatness. I am extremely proud of you all, and I wish each of you the best of luck in your future endeavors. Thank you so much, and congratulations, class of 2022. Go Saints!
Thank you, Laurie and Madeleine. It is now my privilege to recognize this year's 2 faculty award recipients. Janice Free and Porg Deegan, would you please stand? Each year, the Faculty Excellence in Teaching Award recognizes a professor who has demonstrated exceptional passion for teaching, commitment to her or his discipline, and dedication to students' academic success. I am pleased to announce that this year's Faculty Excellence in Teaching Award recipient is Associate Professor of Sociology, Dr. Janice Free. Congratulations, Janice. The Faculty Excellence in Service to the Community Award was established in 2016 in memory of Professor Christine Jaworek-Lopes. The award annually recognizes a faculty member whose actions embody the commitment to service that is at the core of Emmanuel's mission. I am pleased to announce that the recipient of this year's Faculty Excellence in Service to the Community Award is Associate Professor of Biology, Dr. Porg Deegan. Congratulations, Porg. I would like to now recognize a member of the faculty who is retiring this year. Dr. Paul March, Professor of Biochemistry, would you please stand? Professor March, for 15 years you have instructed and mentored Emmanuel students with commitment and distinction. Further, as Associate Dean of Natural Sciences, you have advanced the college as a center of excellence in scientific education and discovery. With gratitude, the college now confers on you the title of Professor Emeritus of Biochemistry. Congratulations. Emmanuel College is pleased to confer the honorary degree of Doctor of Science on Dr. Maura Hagan. The citation will be read by Anu Seishan, Associate Professor of Biology, followed by the conferral of the honorary degree by Margaret McKenna, Chair of the Board of Trustees. Dr. Hagan, would you please come forward?
Hello. It's my great honor to read the citation for Dr. Maura Hagan. Dr. Hagan, you have earned a place among America's most esteemed scientists, both for your pioneering contributions to space physics and for your commitment to a culture of collaboration, inclusion, and empowerment in some of the nation's top research institutions. It was during your undergraduate years at Emmanuel College that your decades-long career began to form. Complementing your studies in physics with courses across the liberal arts, you began to imagine a life as a scientist rooted in ethics and dedicated to advancing humanity's understanding of the cosmos. Your passion for discovery propelled you to a doctoral degree from Boston College and to research at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. In 1992, you joined the National Center for Atmospheric Research in Colorado, where for the next 23 years you conducted original investigations into the connections between space weather and meteorological phenomena within Earth's atmosphere. In 2019, in recognition of your groundbreaking research, you were elected to the National Academy of Sciences, one of the highest honors a scientist can receive. Throughout your distinguished career, including most recently as Dean of the College of Science and Professor of Physics at Utah State University, you have fostered a cooperative working style grounded in shared vision and purpose. In a special way, you have cultivated a climate of opportunity and welcome for women in science and for colleagues from diverse backgrounds, while helping a host of young scientists to achieve their highest professional aspirations. Maura, your story gives superb expression to Emmanuel's values of academic excellence and service to others. With gratitude and admiration, the college today is honored to confer on you the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa.
By virtue of the powers delegated to Emmanuel College by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and on behalf of the Board of Trustees of Emmanuel College, I confer upon Dr. Maura Hagan the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges that pertain thereto.
President Sister Janet Eisner, Board of Trustees, faculty, distinguished guests, soon-to-be graduates of Emmanuel College, family and friends, good day to all of you, and what a grand day it is. Thank you, Sister Janet, and the board for bestowing on me this honorary degree from the venerable institution that is so near and dear to my heart. I want to take a few minutes to recognize the cohort of family, friends, teachers, and mentors who supported me throughout my journey. First and foremost, my parents, who encouraged my successes and instilled in me the values of hard work, gratitude, honesty, kindness, and compassion. My siblings, who love and support me unconditionally, well, with perhaps a few exceptions during adolescence. Special thanks to my sister Winnie, who is supporting me here today. The influence of my parochial and high school teachers was especially important during my formative years. They never once made me question whether a girl could excel at math. My Emmanuel College professors, Drs. Camille Minichino, Ronald O'Brien, and Sister Mary Barrett, not only opened my eyes to the wonders of physics, they helped shape my professional moral compass. That is, my inner sense of right and wrong as it applied to my choices throughout my career. I would not have achieved any of my professional successes without the love and support of my soulmate and life partner, Jeff Forbes, and our 3 children, Justin, Taylor, and Marissa. Jeff put his career on temporary hold when we moved to Colorado for my dream job, because in his words, it was my turn. How great is that? Jeff has also been one of my important professional collaborators. Our personal and professional lives were sufficiently enmeshed that our children instituted the no talking science at the dinner table rule, which we quickly abandoned when they fledged our nest. Finally, I extend my hearty congratulations to the new graduates of Emmanuel College and those that you hold dear. Your future is in your hands. I wish you every success as you determine your path, and I quote Mark Twain when I encourage you to do the right thing. It will gratify some people and astonish the rest. Thank you.
And now for something I never thought I would be saying. Emmanuel College is pleased to confer the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters on Sister Janet Eisner. The citation will be read by Sister Anne Mary Donovan, Treasurer of the College, followed by the conferral of the honorary degree of Thomas Hines, Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees. Sister Janet, would you please come forward?
Sister Janet, in the image of Saint Julie Billard, the founder of the Sisters of Notre Dame de Namur, you radiate a joyful confidence in the goodness of God and in the liberating power of education. Today, in unity with trustees, faculty, staff, Sisters of Notre Dame, and generations of current and former students, Emmanuel College celebrates you as a beloved leader, an educator, and as a magnificent daughter of St. Julie, and as Emmanuel's second founder. When you were inaugurated president in 1979, you faced considerable challenges. Yet you were well prepared. A graduate of Emmanuel, you taught in Catholic schools before serving as the college's director of admissions and as a member of the English faculty. During these years, you gained a close-up view into the workings of a leading Catholic liberal arts and sciences college, while learning from the women who had built Emmanuel's campus curriculum and traditions. You quickly applied those lessons as president, and over the following 4+ decades, you have provided a master class in leadership and that has been praised throughout American higher education, as well as by prominent figures in government, business, and the church. Attentive to the signs of the times, you have met dramatic external challenges with agility and kept the educational experience rich and relevant to the evolving needs of students and of society. Your creativity, particularly evident in institutional partnerships, has lifted Emmanuel to previously unimagined levels of success, as reflected in record enrollments, state-of-the-art buildings, a faculty that has grown in number and distinctions, innovative academic programs, and expanded student-faculty research opportunities. Perhaps your most vital impact has been on the thousands of lives of thousands of alumni who today act as a force for progress, justice, and peace the world over. Sister Janet, in a word, you are Emmanuel. What is more, you are a living sign that Emmanuel, our God with us, continues to work in and through the mission, values, and people of this college. For your grand and historic presidency, and for the moving example of your faith-filled life, Emmanuel College today is profoundly honored to confer on you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
by the virtues of the powers delegated to Emmanuel College by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and on behalf of the Board of Trustees of Emmanuel College, I confer upon Sister Janet Eisner the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all of the rights and privileges that pertain thereto. Furthermore, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I hereby declare that upon the conclusion of her presidency, Sister Janet will be thenceforth known by the title of President Emerita of Emmanuel College. To the members of the Emmanuel class of 2022, I am pleased to present your commencement speaker, the President of Emmanuel College, Sister Janet Eisner.
Thank you to you all. My heart simply overflows with gratitude on this day. Gratitude for this hood of blue and gold, my second one from Emmanuel College. Gratitude for the opportunity to share a few words with you, our 100th commencement class, as you and your families celebrate one of this life's joyful beginnings, for that is what the word commencement means. It is all about. And gratitude for the abundant gifts of this life, a life inspired by St. Julie Billiard, a life interwoven with stories of countless students, colleagues, and peers, as well as leaders in business, the church, and public life. It has been an amazing ride, and I remember it all. More on that in a moment. Class of 2022, I remember you. Those of you graduating from our graduate and professional programs, I remember your resilience and resolve, your common purpose, and your desire to enrich the lives of those you will care for, teach, and lead. Graduates of our full-time liberal arts and sciences program, I remember when you arrived on campus in the fall of 2018. Now, ordinarily, this is when I would say it seems just like yesterday, except your years at Emmanuel have been anything but ordinary. And as you heard earlier, and the fall of 2018 now seems so distant. It proves what psychologists tell us about the human perception of time, that it seems to go by more slowly the more we take in new and different experiences. What were some of your experiences? You saw the dedication of our 18-story residence hall, whose modern apartments became home to so many of you. Your first October here was a legendary one for the Red Sox as they won the World Series. Maybe not this year. And a few months later, another victory parade took place through the streets of Boston, this time for the Patriots. As student athletes, you captured 7 GNAC team titles and 17 individual conference championships. This past year, the women's basketball team had a season for the ages, as it posted a final record of 25-2 and competed in the NCAA Division III tournament, 2022. You also took part in the college's historic centennial celebration. And at the launch of our second century, you heard Caroline Kennedy extol the life of public service, echoing the immortal words of her father, President John F. Kennedy. And yes, you rose to the historic challenges of a global pandemic. You confronted unforeseen demands and uncertainties. You drew strength from connections with our distinguished and dedicated faculty and with one another. What is more, you demonstrated a vitality and perseverance that will serve you well no matter what the future may bring. Just how much change can you expect in the years to come? Well, consider this. I was once exactly where you are now, experiencing my own Emmanuel College graduation. Looking back now, it is clear what a different era that was. At that time, our nation had yet to experience the deepest divisions of the war in Vietnam, or the shock of the assassinations of Reverend Martin Luther King and Robert Kennedy. By the same token, the women's rights movement, the moon landing, the toppling of the Berlin Wall, and the digital revolution all lie ahead. If I can attest to anything, it is that sweeping changes and historical turning points can and do happen. Over the course of your lives, it is possible, in fact probable, that shifts will occur with increasing frequency and magnitude in our society, in our economy, in our sciences and the arts, and in the relations among peoples and nations. Even now, the headlines we see out of Silicon Valley, Ukraine, East Asia, and throughout the Southern Hemisphere presage new realities that will shape your future. So what advice can I give you? Let me frame it this way. In 2018, you came here to be in Boston, be inspired, and be in demand. Each of these B's you have fulfilled brilliantly. Today and for the rest of your lives, I urge you to embrace 3 additional B's. The first B is to be together. Warmth, welcome, inclusion, and kindness, these are signature elements of Emmanuel. As Molly Keene noted in her reflection at yesterday's baccalaureate, here people know each other's names, open doors for one another, and form friendships that endure for a lifetime. When we ask alumni from across the generations which aspect of the Emmanuel experience they value most and that they hope will never change, they consistently point to our strong sense of community. The challenge is, how will you now keep the bonds among you vital and meaningful? Over these past years, connections have happened easily in the course of classes, practices, meals, service project, and just hanging out on the quad. Practically no planning required. Everyone is already here. Now things could become more difficult. Planning and scheduling will be required to arrange times when you can pick up where you left off and find out what is going on in each other's careers, lives, and hearts. Of course, do keep texting, tweeting, Snapchatting, and DMing one another as you have been doing all along. But remember, there is no substitute for being face-to-face, and it is impossible to tend to relationships too much. Will that require effort? Yes. Will it be worth it? Absolutely. Because in the end, community is everything. Furthermore, I hope that you will build a spirit of togetherness and cooperations in the places where you will work and live. Because here's the truth. No one of us is good at everything. And that's actually a good thing. If each of us were good at everything, we would not need one another. Emmanuel College's own history, particularly over the last 25 years, is a testament to collaboration. Think of the colleges of the Fenway, Roberto Clemente Field, which we share with the City of Boston, partnership with Merck. By all means, develop your strengths, become the very best at something, but also recognize areas where others excel. To acknowledge this is not weakness. To acknowledge it is wisdom. And it can be the beginning of great things because you recognize others' talents. When you reach out and form teams, that's when ideas take form and take wind. So that's the first B, be together. The second B, be compassionate. Be compassionate to those you cannot see and to those you can see. We cannot see the family of migrants languishing in a facility in Texas, seeking asylum from natural disasters or strife in their own home country. Yet we can maintain an awareness of their plight, and we can take seriously our responsibility to advance policies that uplift and provide real material support to the most vulnerable among us. Pope Francis has placed care for the poor, care for the migrant, and care for our common home, the environment, at the center of his papacy. Why? Because together they represent a supreme test of whether or not we will have a humane and sustainable global society. Nothing less is at stake. I hope you will take an active role in bringing this more peaceful, just, and equitable future to life, a future predicated on the intrinsic and infinite dignity of every human person. Moreover, and in some ways this can be more difficult, I hope you will exercise compassion to those you can see, the person who works for you, the person you work for, the barista, the family member, the colleague whose political views differ from yours, even that disagreeable neighbor. Be kind. Remember that everyone is coping with some form of difficulty. While you're at it, be kind to yourself. None of us is perfect, and it is vital that in addition to forgiving others, we forgive ourselves. You might be surprised by the healing and grace that unlocks. So now, so far, we have be together and be compassionate. The third B is be bold. Class of 2022, we are so proud of your accomplishments and of where you are headed. Some of you have already accepted full-time job offers from organizations including Fidelity Investments, Boston Consulting Group, Boston Children's Hospital, Morgan Stanley, and the Massachusetts Governor's Office. Others of you are bound for graduate studies at prestigious institutions including Boston College, University of Notre Dame, Yale, and Trinity College, Dublin. Still others have committed to service through the Urban Catholic Teacher Corps and Teach for America. Whether your next step is known or unknown, it is natural to feel some trepidation about what lies ahead. If that's you, if beneath that mortarboard there is a rising tide of anxiety, consider this. One of the most often repeated passages in the Bible is, "Be not afraid." That phrase, or some variation, appears about 150 times, "Do not fear." It's not a suggestion, it's a command, and I hope you will take it to heart. Moreover, I hope you will embrace the idea that God does indeed have a providential plan for your life. Consider the promises we heard in the reading from the book of Jeremiah at yesterday's baccalaureate mass. "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, plans to give you hope and a future." Here's another reason to be hopeful. You have a liberal arts and sciences education from Emmanuel College, which means you possess exactly what our world needs most. You know how to make connections across domains of knowledge, formulate creative ideas, and make informed decisions that advance the well-being of others. You have specialized knowledge and the breadth of perspective to see the whole. You have the ability to work on teams and make valuable contributions in modern business and research settings. And in an era that some describe as post-factual, you know how to search for truth in a way that honors data, science, and reason. You have what it takes, not just to get by, but to thrive. So go ahead, place a bet on yourself. Take some smart risks, launch a business or nonprofit, start a podcast, switch careers, but make something happen. There's a song from the play Hamilton called My Shot. Maybe some of you know it. It's about seeing those moments when talent, opportunity, and timing align. Graduates, you are now well equipped for your shot. I urge you to be bold and take it. Class of 2022. We will miss you on campus, but look forward to seeing you at reunions and myriad college gatherings in the years ahead. Keep in mind that you will always have a home at Emmanuel, and you will always hold the distinction of being the 100th Commencement class. I mentioned earlier that I remember very much about my decades-long Emmanuel journey. After I leave the presidency, I hope to take time to write down some of those stories. The experiences I have had here are a source of indescribable joy for me. Not only the visible successes, but also the faces, the personalities, the laughter, the moments of worship and quiet prayer in our chapel. Above all, it's been the privilege of my life to watch generations of promising young people like you grow in maturity, ability, conscience, and commitment. It is days like today when I rejoice in my vocation and proclaim with St. Julie that education is indeed the greatest work on earth. Graduates of this day, as you go forth, remember to be together, be compassionate, and be bold. May you live your lives with joy, and may the grace, peace, and courage of Emmanuel, our God with us, remain with you forever. Thank you, and Godspeed.
President Sister Janet Eisner, upon the recommendation of the faculty, it is now my privilege to present to you the candidates from the graduate and professional programs who have fulfilled all of the requirements for the degrees of Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, Master of Science in Human Resource Management, Master of Science in Management, Master of Science in Nursing, Master of Science in Research Administration, and Master of Science, or Bachelor of Science in Nursing. In order that each graduate's name may be heard, we request that you hold applause until all degrees have been conferred. Will the graduate and professional program degree candidates please rise and come forward?
Megan E. Brown. Gianna Maria Kaufman. Kathleen M. O'Neill. Kylie Michelle Sharp. Dakota Wheeler. Kelsey Finnerty. Christopher M. Kenny. Kara O'Neill. LaShawna Mary Pringle. Kristen Elizabeth Zapata. Kathleen Mary Gray. Linda Ann Burke. Pamela Higuera. Josephine Ann Keene. Sarah Kim. Laura Jean Raymond. Virginia Rodriguez Bills. Laurie Ann Rotondo. Pat Yi Lau. Carla Suleshka Abad. Michaela Abujadi Quirk. Isabel Augustinelli. Nicole Yalen Aguilar. Aurelie Nicole Moncada Alaniz. Lean Alhadri. Miriam Patricia Almendarez. Emily Grace Anderson. Emma Andrini. Amy Carmen Anguspilco. Lorena Guimares Antonio. Maxwell James Asker. Catherine Alexandra Bass. Jocelyn Marie Bailey. Lily Barber. Juliana Rose Barletta. Joseph Patrick Barrow. Craig Francis Barrasso. Anthony Joseph Bowman. Elizabeth Edith Baxley. Caitlin Bean. Melissa Beatty. Madeline Beam. Tyler Daniel Bessman. Isabel Abigail Bernard. Jordan Elizabeth Berube. Kaylee Claire Blackmer. Elizabeth Kate Bonham. Hannah Marie Brady. Jessica Nicole Bourdois. Peter James Brady. Samantha White Briggs. Tyler Calvin Brown. Ryan Patrick Buckley. Samuel Gunter Berghardt. Christine Joy Burke. Julia Teresa Burke. Catherine Cheryl Burns. Allison Bush. Talia Rebecca Cabrera. Patrick Joseph Cadigan. Costandinos Cami. Megan Evangeline Canfield. Ava Lillian Carpenter. John Patrick Carroll. Victoria Raymond Charles. Lauren Hope Chiquito. Rose May Chisholm. Ryan Colin Christensen. Giovanni Antonio Champa. Argrid Bowers Clay. Abigail Faye Barker. Leannon Collins.
Maria Isabel Kohler.
Vincent Ralph Kennelly. Abigail Jane Conley, Anna Rose Conley, Jonathan Thomas Costa,
Ruby Costello,
Elizabeth Michelle Crest, Emma Ann Crowley, Kevin Martin Cullivan, Lauren Ashley Olivia Curran, Caitlin Nicole Curtis,
Loredana D. Agostino,
Idina Jamila da Silva, Kennedy Ty Davignon, Hannah Faith Davis, Samantha Dason, Anne-Marie DeFay, Hayden Michael DeGeorge, Kate Therese Del Torchio, Hannah Irene Denhoff, Charlotte Dennison, Lucy D'Annunzio, Lauren DeWitt,
Julia Benson,
James Edward Dimitri Depp, Julie M. Derterosian, Skylar M. DeRoche, Sarah Joy DeRosiers, Alexandra Patricia Deezus, John Francis Doherty, Benjamin Christopher Donofrio, Cassidy Fatima Donovan, Autumn Duke, Julia Elizabeth Dunphy, Jillian Grace Egan, Valerie Nicole Eigenauk, Zoe Francis Epitaforos, Luke Paul Elson, Carly Lauren Erickson, Emma Grace Farland, Ashley Fawcett, Riley Irene Finn, Caitlin Rose Fiore, Colleen Marie Flanagan, Austin James Fonte,
Alessandra Magna Franza,
Noah Ryan Francisco, Taylor Marie Frizzetti, Andrew Joseph Garris, Abraham Adisu Gabrigziaber, Janet Rose Jamelis, Abigail Grace Gerbino, Natalie Gavorgian, Olivia Kathleen Giacchino, Anna Louise Gillis, Isabella Francesca Gioia, Caitlin Diane Judice, Valerie Gladoon, John Howard Glazer, Madden Lee Godfrey, Isabel Brianna Goes, Daniela Emilia Gomes Rodriguez, Stephanie Gonzalez, Peyton Alexandria Gumas, Layla Griga, Dorilys Guerrero Alvino, Narinka Gachette, Deanna Guillaume, Cassidy Anna Gamaris, Jordan Matthew Haddock, Addison Olivia Hagen. Cole Edward Hollamore. John Hannigan. Elizabeth Hope Harrison. Anna Marie Hartline. Megan Margaret Hay. Julia Hazel. Raven Heath. Ella Heenan. Sarah Joy Higinian. Nadell Henville. Daniela Louise Higuera. Jaden Hill. Kiana Servert Hinson. Vivian Ho. Maria Elena Hogan.
Matthew Hogan.
Michaela M. Hogan. Emma Grace Hoffman. Tiffany Leanna Holder. Monica Ann Hunt. Kelly Ann Jaster. Anna Elizabeth Johnson. Madeline Rita Johnson. Rachel Kane. Harmeet Kaur. Molly Ann Keene. Brenna Kehoe. Ashley Morgan Kelly.
Joanna Kennedy.
Caitlin Michelle Kenny. Gina Marie Casares. Chen Yi Kaiser. Dorothy Wall Kiley. Julia Kimball. Charles D. King III. Destiny King. Kyle King. Alyssa Caitlin Kirk. Emily Ray Klein. Sarah Kowal. Tiffany Boying Kwan. Riley Allison Lahiff. Matthew Thomas Lamondia. Gabrielle Marie Lara. Jackie Lau. Abigail Felice Lavalli. Mariana Guillermina Lazo. Julie Lee. Haley Marie Layden. Zachary James Librero. Sierra Francis Leclerc. Amber Jasmine LaSalle. Victoria Ann Layden. Kayla Marie Lincoln. Morgan Keo Liska. Sonia Andrea Lazat.
Jessica Lloyd.
Olivia D. Mers. Eric Mainza. Maeve Kate Maloney. Elena Nicole Martin. Alyssa Capri Martin. Ariana Martin. Ethan Patrick Martin. Grace Elizabeth Martinek. Paola Nicole Hernandez. Kate Eliza Massetti. Jack Edward Mason. Marlis May Mason. Jonna Catherine May. Jillian Christine McCarran. Catherine Elizabeth McDuff. Dylan Patrick McGovern. AJ Meehan. Ariana Gabriela Bernal Mena. Michael John Mencio. Madeline Yasemin Meskin. Regina Maria Messina. Hannah Noel Miller. Julia Milo. Nicole Elizabeth Reese Mitten. Kyle Thomas Monahan. Carlos Leif Monson. Penelope Ann Moroso. Maria Mujahid. Danielle Marie Navarro. Bridget Riley Nielsen. Victoria Kelsey O'Keefe. Grace Alice Orcutt.
Rosalind Rodriguez.
Cameron Pinot Robinson. David Roa. Cassidy Reynolds. Kimberly Elizabeth Adela Reagan. Joseph David Reed. Morgan Red.
Gary Randall.
Devin Isaac Pulsifer. Giovanna Ann Prezioso. Emma Lyden Prescott. Bonnie Darian Orlilana Prado. Giselle Mary Paulette. Christopher Paul Perry. Riley Furman. Taylor Grace Peralt.
Jason Perez Pino.
Natalia Yasmin Perez. Emily Rose Penta. Olivia Parcheski. Luz Elena Padilla. Paulina Ovchinikova. Jameson Catherine O'Sullivan. Nicholas Orner. Gabrielle Marie Roy. Derek Charles Rule. Deanna Marie Ruggiero. Andrea Christina Santos. Emily Pauline Scipione. Callie Jo Cicino. Erin Rose Sirio. Victoria Armeriki Servari. Cassidy Marie Shannon. James Campbell Sheely. Anne Marie Shelburne. Ethan William Skinner. Catherine Beverly Smith. Jada Lee Spagola. Shauna Karen Speakman. Lacey Paige Spencer. Real Benita May Staley. Lauren Grace Sterling. Nicole Jones Strielkaukis. Madison Townsend Suter. Spencer Richard Sullivan. Eileen Winifred Sweeney. Emma Grace Salowitz.
Christina Zostakowski.
Jamie Antavares. Abigail Rose Terry. Sarah Jean Thomas. Samantha Rose Taberi. Jack Tierney. Charles Pratt Trezenga. Melissa C. Tremblay. Emma Lee Tucker. Sarah Mitchell Ulfelder. Katie Lynn Yusakevich. Daniela Velades. Jillian Marie Viator. Stephanie Margaret Veerman. Desiree Silva Vega. Zoe Doris Venetsinakos. Noel Gomez Vieira. Violet Hope Villanueva. Grace Catherine Viviano. Tama Walker. Avery Rose Webb. Gabrielle Faith Wink. Morgan R. White. Teresa Marie Widberg. Ashley Caroline Wickland. Amanda Grace Williams. India James Wilson. Olivia Louise Winchenbach. Heather Monique Brabant. Victoria Ashley Curtis. Lydia Elaine Daler. Ryan Doran. Leanna Griffith. Isabella Marina Hannon. William Jean-Baptiste. Madeline Q. Ann Shee. Benjamin Whitmore. Audrey Wu. Rebecca D'Souza Aguiar. Beverly Cecilia Anderson. Mickey J. Barron. Haley Michelle Bovair. Riley Faith Ballerino. Rachel Ann Brosnan. Ariana Elizabeth Burke. Audrey Marie Burnham. Anna Marie Caristi. Amanda Rose Castelluccio. Thamish Centeo. Terry Chen. Lillian Mary Klaus. Arminda Cruz Gongora. Robert Danielian. Elena Shea Dennis. Sophia Damari. Anna Christine Drake. Selena Angelique Eccleston. Lenore Ophelia Famosi. Abigail Marie Farrar. Leah Fielkowski. Hannah Elaine Fitzpatrick. Jensen Maxine Fish. Shannon Eileen Fogarty. Andressa Gonçalves Fonseca. Evelyn Michiko Fournier. Olivia Ann Garland. Amanda Joanne Gilbert. Angela Gerodier. Eric David Gustafson. Amberlyn Kate Hall. Lincoln Ellis Hamblett. Jaden Cameron Hartley Ward. Ella Rose Heel. Lillian Eva Holden. Larissa Schuyler Holland. Elise A. Hooper. Caitlin Renee Hunter. Januris Johnson. Merlin Joyce. Samantha Kanak. Tracy Kamikaze Kanimba. Jillian Taylor Kern. Megan Kalenda. Renee Marie LaCroix. Andrea Nicole Lawler. Kathleen Lay. Mackenzie Rose Leahy. Albert G. Wing Thomas Lee. Patricia Nicole Sanchez Matos. Isabella T. Marciello. Bailey Howes Maurer. Logan Paul McGloin. Lanaya Deshauna McKenzie. Michelle May. Juliana P. Mello. Emily Ruth Miga. Eileen Karen Michelle Million. Carrie Ann Mitchell. Olivia Grace Morse. Edward John Newbold IV. Michelle Gonçalves Silva Oliveira. Emily Lorenza Orlando. Orina Ovchinnikova. Elizabeth Papp. Hannah Marie Paquette. Vincent Gerald Pavin. Arlene E. Perez. Jennifer Lynn Pedinato. Amanda Jean Fouts. Lisa Melanie Silva Pinto. Sylvia Margaret Reinecke. Isabella Marie Rivera. Nicole Michelle Ruggiero. Mackenzie Shea Ryan. Alyssa Salvo. Grace Catherine San Pietro. Isabella Danielle Schichter. Aisha Maxell Siard. Daniel Setti. Diana Shields. Rubina Samikian. Xanthi Hannah Naomi Smith. Charles Michael Sokolowski. Helen Sosa. Catherine Mary Spalding. Emma Elizabeth Stevens. Daniel William Sullivan. Hannah Ruth Sullivan. Veronica Summers. Alexia Elizabeth Sweet. Caitlin Elizabeth Tanian. Sydney Rosa Texera. Rami Teki. Samantha Tai. Amanda Tran. Isabella Tran. Karini Santos Valley. Jessica Wing.
Will the new Emmanuel College graduate and professional programs degree candidates please rise for the conferral of degrees by President Sister Janet Eisner.
By virtue of the powers delegated to me by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and the trustees of Emmanuel College, I hereby confer upon you the following degrees: Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, Master of Science in Human Resource Management, Master of Science in Management, Master of Science in Nursing, Master of Science in Research Administration, Bachelor of Science in Nursing.
Please join me in applauding all of our graduate and professional degree awardees. And now will all of the Emmanuel College baccalaureate degree candidates please stay standing for the conferral of degrees by President Sister Janet Eisner.
By virtue of the powers delegated to me by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and by the trustees of Emmanuel College, I hereby confer upon the class of 2022 of Emmanuel College the following degrees: Bachelor of Arts Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Science.
Congratulations to all of our graduates. Kristen Zapata and Daniela Gomes Rodriguez will now lead the graduates in the traditional turning of the tassels, symbolizing their reception of their academic degrees. Will all graduates please remain standing for the turning of the tassel? Turn away. And now I would like to invite all of the families and friends celebrating here today to rise and receive a round of applause from all of our graduates, with full thanks for your support throughout their journey. Thank you. It is my pleasure to welcome back Hannah Fuller to lead us in singing the Alma Mater. We ask the audience please remain standing.
Alma Mater, honored mother, guardian of our youth, guiding hand with thee we stand upon the day of truth. Emmanuel, we hail thee, thy glorious sonhood feeds. With we fealty to thee, the banner of blue and gold.
Please be seated. On behalf of the college, I extend congratulations to all members of the class of 2022 and thank their guests for sharing this occasion with us. We ask the audience to kindly remain in place until the platform party, faculty, and graduates have exited the tent. President Sister Janet Eisner will now conclude our ceremony.
As president of the college, I hereby declare that the 100th commencement exercises of Emmanuel College are now closed.